Aha! Very good evening to you. Welcome, welcome. 'Tis me, Scottie McClue, first lord of the internet, and the world's most humble man, live streaming just for you, live on YouTube. I just thought we'd pop back up. We had quite a lot of experimentation earlier, but it didn't quite work out just the way I'd expected it, because that was our first foray into multi-channel live streaming. So there you are. So we're multicasting actually at the one time. If you've just joined us, of course, a very, very warm welcome. Lovely to have you with us, and welcome back to our YouTube live stream. All happening here, of course, and that's what we like. So do feel free to come and join me. We'll do a bit of sharing, let everybody know what is what, and I should be able to do that here with a bit of luck, get everything shared, and off we jolly well go again. Tremendous stuff. So thank you so much for all your support. It really, really is appreciated, I say. And that's what I always say. People say, oh yes, you always say that. And you think, yes, no, I do always say that. I think that's what happens. So there we are, live now, and we can do a bit of sharing and just let everybody know that it's on. Fantastic stuff. Thank you for that. Very much appreciated. And I'll just say that we've got this one here. There we are, and that lets everybody know that we are back. Thank you so much for all your kind messages of support. Very, very much appreciated, I say. And I'll send this one out so that people know what's actually happening, that we're back in business big style. Fantastic. So there we are, and that goes there, and that goes there. Excellent. Now then, I'll just say welcome back. Hi, everyone. So, hi, everyone. Lovely. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, welcome back. There we are. What about that? Hi, everyone. Welcome back. And, of course, a lot of you, you're all on there internationally. Tremendous stuff. There we are. That's what we like, and thank you so much for that. There we are. We'll get a good bit of chat going. Oh my goodness me. So there we are. Never a dull moment. It's incredible. It really is. Hi everyone. Welcome back. There's McClue telling everybody to tell 10, to tell 10, to tell 10 that we are back on and we are back in business. So come and join us, I say. Tremendous. And I'll also let them know on Facebook that we're back in business as well. And you can come and join us. Tremendous. Now, can you hear me and can you see me? That's the most important thing. Can you hear me and can you see me? Wonderful, wonderful. There we are, because we had so much carry on earlier with all that sort of stuff, but such as it is, it was also a bit of a result. I just disappeared in the middle of it. Yes and yes, says the wonderful Tony Slater. Well, Tony, that's kind of all that matters. If you can hear me and see me, then I'm absolutely delighted. And so are you, of course. Tremendous. There we are. Never a dull moment, I'd say. That's what we like. I'm just doing a little bit of sharing if you've wondered what's happened here. There we go. What's happened here? For goodness sake. Tremendous. There we are. We will get all that stuff coming together rather nicely. I know the doubting Thomases will be going, oh, you'll never manage it. But we will do. Absolutely. And why will we do? Because it's the right thing to do. That's what I say. People say, why do you have Scottie McClue broadcasting in your country? Say, because it's the right thing to do. It's wonderful. And I can see, if there's going to be another lockdown coming, I can see huge, huge, huge swathes of people wanting to talk. There we are. Superb stuff, says Tony. Thanks, Tony. It's shaving you need, not sharing. Not at all, Professor Nupteed. I think there's a wee touch of the green-eyed monster in you. I think you love McClue's beard. And you think, oh, I wish I could grow a big beard like that. I've actually taken a bit off it. Do you not see, Nupteed, it's a wee bit thinner than it was. We're getting quite the Santa Claus at one point, I see. So there we are. So we're back on, and it's all happening. Excellent stuff. Although I've no doubt that some of our fabulous big audience might have thought, oh, I'm away to my bed. Keep that beard, says Tony. Thank you, Tony. Very much appreciated. Hi, Scottie, says Numpty Heed. Hi, Numpty Heed. It's a cold night. I'll tell you, have you noticed there is quite a nip in the air? It's fair coming in now. Those of you who go on Reddit, follow Scottie McClue, please, because it's the right thing to do. That's what we like. There we go now. All sorted. Wonderful, wonderful. So there we go. Yes, I think the beard is the one, Tony. It's quite distinguished, and Numpty Heed's sitting there just beeling, thinking, oh, I'd have loved a beard like that, Absolutely Numpty Heed. So if anybody's going on there to Reddit, give us some karma and be one of our followers. It's a very new account, so it's just starting. My pledge still stands. I'll sponsor your show to get a phone number in. We will, Numpty Heed. That's coming. Do not worry. It's a winner, says Tony Slater. I think it is a winner. We just had a wee gremlin earlier in the system, Tony. I don't know if you were watching when we were doing the multi-streaming, streaming to all the different platforms, and it sort of worked, we had a good start. So I can see great things coming. So get on to Scottie_McClue at Reddit, and we will see what happens there. I'm also going to let them know on Twitter what's happening. Can I have some likes, please? Likety, like. People will be watching television on a Monday night, of course, and go, oh, I never knew McClue was on. And I've watched that. People do that, don't they? They say, oh, I wish I'd known he was on, and I watched that. Say, yes, of course you would. Thank you for that. Wonderful. Now, we've also uploaded quite a bit of stuff over the weekend and over the... There you go. It is a winner. I think you're absolutely right, Tony. I don't have any problem with that. I'm pretty sure it's a winner. So I'm just going to put in a wee tweet here now, just to let everybody know we're on. And we've got some really nice stuff there. Welcome. Welcome's a lovely word, isn't it? A lovely, lovely, lovely word, welcome. Welcome. And another word I love is Swahili, East African, for hello. Jambo, the Jambo. We like Jambo as well, absolutely. Numpty Heed, you're up a bit late tonight, are you not? You're not usually in your bobos by this stage in the game. In bobos by this stage in the game. Numpty, that was very, very kind of you to say that you would stand us a number. We'll maybe get one, but I'm wondering what's the best platform. I think our old friend Skype's probably the one, actually, and we can get everybody on there. But tell us what you think. Yes, there's never a dull moment. Now, I think that'll do us just now, because you can get too much of a good thing. Still got a wee bit to go. So there we are. Lovely. Right, I'm just going to send a tweet. So if you're on Twitter, then go and send this tweet. That would be wonderful. There, it's just on its way now. And I shall keep you appraised of how many people join us. You should consider 10 to 1 a.m. show. Now, that would be a winner. Well, once we get, one step at a time, sweet Jesus, as the song goes. Thou hast returned, I see. Good. Oh, Alistair Campbell. It would be wrong. The winner never quits, and the quitter never wins. There's no point in chucking it going, oh, this isn't working, and spitting the dummy, because it did work after a pretty good fashion for a good number of minutes, and then everything just went over to you. So there we are. We're absolutely back. That was some show last night, mind you, I have to say. Skype can give you a local number. I'll sponsor them at the cost. I've looked into it. It's affordable. But numpty, what if we hit a tough spot? You and me hit a blind spot. There we are. I'm just thought, oh, for goodness sake. I think coming out of the EU must be the biggest act of self-harm that a nation could do itself. There we are. The government did advise stay for jobs, stability, the economy. What happened? We left. So there you go. This is the kind of nonsense that you get. This is what can happen. There's a big football game on tonight. I've just seen that. So there we go. Liverpool and Arsenal. That's one of my teams, isn't it? Yes. AFC and LFC. LFC v AFC. So there we are. So we'll see what happens there, numpty, and I shall, of course, keep you up to speed, which I think is always very important. How marvellous. There we are. I'm just going to share to the big Scottie McClue page and to one of the groups as well. There's a lot of great groups out there, tremendous. So we'll look at that, numpty. Thank you very much for that. That is very, very kind of you. And we'll see what happens. I've got quite a lot of stuff for uploading, guys. So do not panic. There we are. And we'll share in the group. Into the group, I say. The Scottie McClue fan group is a goodie. There's a nice 3,000 people there just having a jolly old time, bantering away to each other, and we like that. Dinky-Doo, says Danny. Danny 2130, Dinky-Doo to you. Lovely to have you with us, and welcome, welcome, welcome to our YouTube platform, to our humble YouTube platform, soon to go absolutely massive when we do the phone-in. So there's a phone-in the offing, I say, and that is a big winner. Scottie McClue's Nightline on YouTube. Think about it, guys. Are we talking success or are we talking success? Well, you don't count the chickens before they're hatched, I always say. That's what I always say. Danny says JK. So there we are, JK, absolutely. Not JFK, John F. Kennedy. I saw him yesterday. Did anybody see that? It was a platform, and it was an American platform on the Freeview channels. And it was Nixon and Kennedy going head to head. And if you'd seen the caliber of this sort of stuff compared with our politicians nowadays, but Jack Kennedy was he was a disciple when it came to things like that. An absolute disciple. That's what I say. Now, another wee group, I'm going to share this in, is one of our YouTube groups. Oh, I never a dull moment. There we go. Right, that's gone. Excellent. Wonderful stuff. Do tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Will not be long tonight because we had that wee carry on earlier. We'll just do a few mins, and it just means that we're all caught up with each other and everything is Dinky-Doo, and we like that. Fantastic. So there you go. Scottie McClue live on YouTube just for you. I'm not multi-channeling at the moment because I think it's too much for the equipment. That's what I think my problem is. I think because the equipment's elderly, you've got that wee problem. There we are. Somebody's said something they shouldn't have said. Oh, I think it's Danny. Danny, you need to watch what you're saying. We're a very upright channel on here. I'm up late because I'm too old for school. You're only too old for school by maybe 30 or 40 years, though. And you've still got a lot of learning to do. And McClue can teach you and has taught you so much, Professor Numpty. That's, I think, why you've reached the heights of academia. You are a prof. It's wonderful stuff. You're a prof. So there we go. And now, let's see what's happening on here. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. There we go. We love it. We love it. Absolutely fantastic. Yes, no, Numpty Heed, I think... I'm not sure you'd be wanting to be in school at the moment with all the so-called social distancing and things like that everybody should be doing. So there we are. Spread the word. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that Scottie McClue is live big style. We're just coming up to 10 o'clock, but we'll do a bit more because I feel that I did you out of a few minutes earlier when the gremlins clambered into the system and broke it down. And we're talking to the wonderful Giorgio from Crete. Tremendous stuff. So there we go. I wonder where your audience go. They're with you, and then a few minutes later, they think, I'll not bother with this. And away they go. It's quite strange, that. It's wonderful. So there we are. Alistair, excellent. Thank you. Alistair Campbell, you've been a great source of encouragement. I'm just going to say, I thank you all. I thank you all for your forbearance. That's a nice one, isn't it? Dinky-Doo. How's that? I thank you all for your forbearance, Dinky-Doo. There we go. There's a little message for you, a wee massage typed up there. Did you get your milk at school, Scottie? Numpty Heed, we did. We got the third of a pint before Thatcher, the milk snatcher, nicked it. But somebody told me a story. Obviously, the great thing was it was to combat rickets that we had in those days. Well, I fortunately didn't suffer from it, but a lack of calcium, and you saw people's legs bowed in, and you got the wee bow-legged walk, the bowly legs, that sort of thing. So there we are. Alistair Campbell, the charming man. Not at all, Alistair. You are a fine fellow and have been a terrific support to McClue over the peace here, you know, as we rehabilitate in social media. But I can see great things ahead. I really can. It's just a question of getting this equipment to perform. If I was loaded, I would be purchasing all sorts of fast computers. Shh, I better not speak in front of this wee soul, because this is a great wee computer, a fantastic wee computer. There we are, live stream 3. What about that? My goodness me. We had to go on to number 3 to get it working. And there's another one about to launch, but we'll just have to dump that, I think, to be honest with you. There we are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, fantastic. I can do this with it. That's us. Oh. And what I'm doing here, I'm actually doing little bits of editing as well. And you can do that. You see, live stream 3, and we've got Scottie McClue. That's what to say. There we are, Scottie McClue, live talk show. Yes, live talk show. There we are, and put that, and I'll put that we're international tonight, which we are. Excellent stuff. It's just a question of getting the word out there, isn't it? And telling 10 to tell 10. The old story, I say. Scottie, I've always wondered, what's the longest time you've been in a job? Well, the job I'm doing now, I'm just coming into my 29th year. But I suppose if you take the broadcasting together, the longest job would be 36 years. That would be the longest one. I've never lasted more than 36 years in a job. So there we are. Quite interesting. So what do you think of that, Numpty Heed? You know, do you think is that good? I remember sitting in an interview, and somebody said, now, what would you say you've achieved in life? I said, well, I trained 43 years ago, and I'm still working at the same job. So I think that's an achievement, isn't it? I don't know what you think. And all the panel, they're, I did. You know, sometimes you're better to bat it back, but you maybe don't do yourself any favors in the long run. I don't do the big talk at interviews. You know, I do the big talk on here. That sort of idea. But I would say yes. So I suppose over 40 years in the one job, numpty, certainly 36 years would be the longest I've held down a job for. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I grow up, you see. That's always when I'm older. That's always a wonder, isn't it? So there you go. How does that answer your question, numpty? Is that any help? I say, do let me know. It's very, very important. Très important. Très important. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So there we go. What we need is somebody who's got a few million followers on their website to send this round a couple of times. And that's us in business, you see. So if you know anybody, if anyone's got any contacts, just send it round. So there you go, numpty. And we're back on the chat here. So I'll put in, what I'll put in, numpty, is 36 years. That's the answer to your question there. 36 years. Then I'm getting an update for the cleaner. You know, the stuff that comes on and cleans. 36 years. So there we are. That's it. There's your answer there, numpty. Fantastic stuff. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. And what else have we got? I'll do some more. I'm just sharing away here because I think it's important that we get everything sorted out. There we are. And I'll share to, well, there's another one we haven't shared to for a while. We'll share to them and let them know what is what. Have you ever been put in gardening duties in previous jobs? I remember I had a job, it was quite an important job, and it was dealing with, well, I won't tell you what it was dealing with, but I was attached to the staff department at the head office. And somebody said that that was a job that either you were extremely good at your job or none of your colleagues could stand you. And I never worked out which one it was. You know, where's the longest place you've lived as you've moved around a bit? The longest place I've lived would probably be Glasgow. Funnily enough, yes. Yes, I think a total of living in Glasgow for about 31 years, Alistair. So there we are. So I would say yes. It's a bit nippy in McClue Towers, says Tony, tonight. Looks as if you've got your coat on, Scottie. It's cold here in Chesterfield. Ooh, Chesterfield will be cold tonight. So will Sheffield. Drunfelt will be cold. And, you know, it'll be quite cold out at, you know, things like Belper. Yes, Belper will be cold tonight, I would say. Overhaddon will be very cold tonight. So there we are. Do you know these places, Tony? Does that ring a bell? I ask you. There we are. I'm just going to do some more sharing. It's rather fun when it gets going. No, it'll be very nippy down in Yorkshire. I mean, I remember going home at a fair lake and driving into the driveway and just completely losing the traction. And then when I took the dog, I couldn't keep my feet. There was like 1/4 inch of solid ice. You know, you think, for goodness sake. For goodness sake. Oh my good nose. Right. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. What I'm doing is I'm just posting this round a few places at the moment, and it lets everybody know it's never wasted, because even if we finish in a few minutes, there will be a lot of people come and join it. They'll have put their football away, go, there's nothing on the chat. Oh, there's Scottie McClue. My mother worked in Belper Mills in the 40s. Wow, Tony, what are the chances of that? Do you know Belper? And there's you bang right in there. How amazing is that? How fantastic. We love it. We absolutely love it. Tremendous stuff, knowing Belper, because not everybody knows all these places. It's very funny. And folk will tell me about places and say, you won't know it, Scotty, it's a little place. I say, oh, I lived there for 3 years. We like it. Nobody can believe that you actually do it. I can't believe you. I said, oh, yeah. And I remember asking a guy, he said, I bet you don't know Melon Udrigal. I said, I do. I went on holiday to Melon Udrigal. Oh, you didn't know. I did, and I described it to him. That sorts them out. When you describe it, they don't like that. Right. Okay. I think well that's enough hashtags. Otherwise, there'll not be room for it. So that's gone up there. We'll just have a check out the post, I say. I'm guessing your technical issues in the early stages. Oh, J-Dog, yes. Absolutely. Nothing like you wouldn't believe. Sorry, Scottie, I didn't see you were back. Yes, absolutely. No, don't worry, J-Dog. Thank you for all your support. I think what I'm doing, J-Dog, is I've got a package that's very sophisticated, and I'm putting it up on old equipment. Do you know what I mean? Like tonight, we did all the multi-streaming on my phone because I couldn't get the camera to appear on the laptop. So I just went on. I thought, if I don't go now, the day will be finished and will not be on at all. So I just had to go on my phone and hit live, and I think it's just too much for the phone to carry all these streams. I go back to my discussions in 1998 with my late friend, no longer with us, very sadly, who was as near to genius as you could get. And he was telling me, explaining all about the internet, and he said, no, that wouldn't work. I said, could I broadcast on it? This was 1998, 22 years ago. And he went, no, not really, because you're trying to shove all the stuff down a big pipe and it gets gummed up. But now, of course, the speeds are up because the internet is really just connecting everybody's computer, you know? The PC version's a bit out the depths, even for me. A phone isn't really supposed to run something like that. No, J-Dog. That's why I came to grief on it. So, yes, that was what happened tonight. It's very simple. The other night, what happened, as I say, when we lost sound, I think I just broke the circuit on the new stuff. But I couldn't believe that the old laptop, which is slow, was able to handle the bit rate the other night, because apparently it looked very good, that stream. So I don't know what you think. What do you think of this tonight? Does it look all right? But no, and you'll have a very up-to-date laptop, I would imagine, J-Dog, you know? So there we go. Now, guys, don't message me on Facebook Messenger because I'll probably not get your message. I'm just letting you know. I phoned a guy and said, I believe you wanted me to speak. He went, oh, that was last year. The PC version, yes, absolutely. But we will get there because it's great stuff. It's a great idea. And I do like it. But, I mean, I just could not find the camera. There was no camera icon coming up. So something hadn't connected. Hello, this is Gordon Robertson. I'm back in the house. Pleasantly surprised to see you on. Ah, Gordon, yes. I got your message earlier. When does this start? And I don't know if you saw the multi-stream earlier. It was pretty good. It was PDG until it just, went A over T. The sound has gone. Have you hit mute? Oh, don't tell me, for goodness sake, Gordon. Surely not. No. You must have lost the sound. Can everybody else hear me? All right. So there we are. Are we okay for sound? Got sound here, says Tony. Tony, you're so quick off the mark. You really are. A great Yorkshireman. Fantastic. It's like somebody shouts, free black puddings. You think, right. The sound hasn't gone. It's just Gordon. There we are. Now, Gordon, there you are. You're an awful man for frightening us all, Gordon. Putting the fear up us. You know, they don't like it up on Captain Mannering. But, when your equipment goes a bit dodgy, you go, yes, everything's gone. buffeting, buffeting. And to remember the movie, Gordon Robertson, you must remember the movie, Buffeting, Buffeting. What was that from? Can you remember? Everything's sounding and looking good, says Alistair Campbell. I thank you, Alistair. I'm so glad we got back. I think you stick to the simple stuff, like I told you the Jimmy Shand story last night. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know. It's sound here, McClue's on. And Numpty Hood, top man. Numpty Hood, that was really very kind. Gordon Robertson, you missed Numpty Hood's largesse. Now, this is a man who's worked all his life and struggled to get body and soul together. And he's offering to underwrite a phone number for Skype. Is that not just incredible? I'll check it at my end. Definitely, Gordon, check your end, La. The sound's loud and clear, says Lisa Noble. Lisa, lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo from Scottie McClue and everyone else on the planet. When I would multi-stream, I'd take the link from Restream and enter it into a third-party streaming app. Very complicated, but it worked. Well, what I've done, I'm on Restream and OBS, you know, that sort of stuff. But I haven't quite mastered it yet, if you see what I mean there. I can say mastered, can't I, nowadays? I haven't personalized it. So there we are. Yes, the old multi-streaming, but it's an art form, and we'll get there, J-Dog. I was rather chuffed that you saw the Twitch stream earlier, because that was on that was coming from OBS, you see. So there we are, and apparently it looked pretty good. So there we are, there we have it. But you can load too many things. I mean, all day today, something, you want to add a such, you want to add a such, and I thought, if we add any more programs, nothing will work. It will be end of. That sort of idea. Be end of. Nothing will work. So there we are. I will have to push off in a wee while, right enough, mind you, because we're in business very early in the morning. Very, very early in the morning. Old McClue's got to get his act together. The sound is good. Yes, thank you, Gordon Robertson. You got the sound back. Must say the video quality is good. Excellent. Well, we've not got anything else playing at the same time, Gordon. I think that's what it is. I think if you're trying to boil and simmer on the one ring, to put it in our language, you're on OBS. That's something I'm very surprised you'll be able to work. OBS is the best streaming app on the PC. Very good for professional streaming. Oh, absolutely. Well, that's what you were getting. You were getting the Twitch stream on. That was going out from OBS. So when are you coming back on? Is this regular? Well, Gordon, yes, I'm trying to work out a wee schedule that would suit everybody. I'm trying to keep myself regular. So there you are. But the thing was, we had to get the day job started. And that was a big thing as well. And obviously, we can't really do too late at night, because otherwise we'd just have sleep deprivation. And I would fade away. And we don't want that again, you know. So hopefully, yes, we'll get a wee schedule, and we'll get it made up, and we'll get it working. And we'll maybe even get a number, start a phone in, and off we go. I use the mobile version, as I don't have a PC. Now, I didn't know there was one, J-Dog. That's very interesting. That might make a difference, you know. That could well make a difference. Fantastic. It's just a question of what we call in Scotland getting on your feet. Tony Slater, when I say what we call in Scotland, please do not think I am in any way abandoning Yorkshire and Derbyshire, lad. No, no, absolutely not. Fantastic stuff. Chesterfield with the crooked spire. Very interesting. When I found out the story of the spire, I said, I mean, this is fascinating. What's happened? Yes, right. I came across that as well today, J-Dog, you see. So I do get about, I have to say. I get about, you know. I'm not just an athlete. I'm not just a black belt in karaoke. No, 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 no. Right, I'm just going to send this round again, and you can all do the same. So I'll just put that we're still on and pop it out to one or two. We multi-stream tonight, so people will have been aware of that. But I know what you mean, J-Dog, fantastic. And I loved when just before everything broke down tonight, there's an old media term. We used to have that in television, would say, we broke down tonight. And it was usually something the machines were so sensitive because they didn't want to damage a valuable old movie on loan from a library. So if there was like even a hair in the gate, it would stop, the machine would stop, and everybody would rush about, and we announcers would pop up and say, well, we apologise for the fact that we seem to have lost this afternoon's movie, but we will get it back for you just as soon as possible. Do stay with us. Meanwhile, here's some music. And you'd play some soft music that would soothe the listener and go, very nice music. Film will be back in a wee minute. And they'd be running about mad in the television company shouting, we've lost sight! Yeah, we're doing what we can. And if you think back in those days, television used to break down quite a lot, but nobody bothered about it. In fact, there was a Tonight program with Cliff Mitchell-Moore. And I think if I remember, one of the editors, the editor or the producer, I think it was the editor of Tonight, was a certain Alistair Milne, who became the Director General of the BBC, which was fantastic. And Thatcher got rid of him politically because governments always fight the BBC. I find it very strange. Goes right back to the days of Wreath to the General Strike. And, the government say, we are the big people, and the BBC say, no, we're the ones that tell the truth. And there's always a bit of a fight because governments don't always want the truth getting out there. They think, I always remember saying to a top man, he said, well, I'm just thinking what we want out there. And I said, well, just tell the truth. He went, for heaven's sake, we can't tell that. I always shake my head at that, so there we are, but it's good stuff. Right, I'm just going to share in another wee group here. Let everybody know what's what. You can never tell too many people that you're on. It's as simple as that. Who's that in the back of the wall, brothers and sisters? Brothers and sisters, that's me. That's me. So there you are. Scottie, I'm always here if you need any help with the technical side of streaming. J-Dog, that is fantastic. We can maybe even discuss it live on the stream because other people will pick up tips as well. Honesty is the best policy. I think it's a welly song. Although I was brought up with that, and I can remember in primary school, I think it was, the teacher said, who did this? And I said, I did. And they said, come out here, and hammered me. They weren't very good with child psychology in those days. Have you heard the older stuff Scottie did in the radio? J-Dog, have you heard the older stuff Scottie did in the radio? Says Professor Numpty God Saves is on. Lol, the British Brainwash Corporation speaking the truth. Well, it caused a huge stushy. The last time they went for the truth, and the government really went for them, and it was Blair's government at the time. They did not like it. I'm just back from the shop. Wee Oliver gave me a wee lick, but he's far more interested in my carrier bag. He loves raking through me bag when I come in. He will do, Gordon, and of course, you'll be smart enough to know to keep the poly bags well clear of him, because even if he eats a wee bit, gets a wee shred of plastic, that sort of idea, because these wee dogs can soon shred stuff. Mine will take an old crisp bag and rip it to bits. Get a wee lick at the salt. And of course, no chocolate at all. Yes, I have 700 videos on the channel. They're all great stuff. And we like a wee smile, J-Dog, as you well know. So there we go, fantastic. And I am glad that we popped back up tonight, folks, because I think it's good to let everybody know what is what. Now, has this one gone on? If anybody has got a Reddit account, REDDIT, please go on to Scottie_McClue. If anybody's got a Twitter account, please go on to @ScottieMcClue and follow me. Because what happens, because we post so much stuff, some people go, just get rid of him, you know. There we are. Ilias, I don't know Ilias. So there we are. A good laugh. It was someone crashed their car. Listening to Scottie, they did. The poor man. I almost died laughing at Scottie McClue was the headline. Oh! I think people forget just how much press there was around McClue. In fact, I'm just wondering if we've got a press file. Oh! I'll show you one of the press files. I almost died laughing at Scottie McClue. There we go. Honesty is the best policy. There's a press file. Now, I'll just let you see a wee bit of it, you know. So with all that kind of stuff, and what's all this? I wonder. But never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. And there we are. So lots and lots of press on McClue. Tremendous stuff. There we are. Oh, never a dull moment. And there we go. There's McClue. You see this? I'll see if I can show you this. Oh! Can we see anything there? I don't know that. I can actually. No, I don't think I can. Anyway, that's a press file with just a few little bits of press in it about McClue, you see? That's the stuff like that. And that's what was going on in those days. In the days of newspapers. I think the newspapers could have had it, but there's your press files. Yes, absolutely. That's just one. There's something like a dozen huge, big press files. I think probably Scottie McClue has been the most written about radio presenter ever. They were fantastic. I mean, even dear old Soteri didn't get that kind of coverage. Many platforms you're trying to multi-stream on. I was trying to multi-stream on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on I couldn't get the Periscope one to accept, so there's a wee gremlin there for Twitter, Facebook. So we're certainly looking at 4 J-Dog, is that right? I'll send photos. Willie song, fantastic. So impressive. Need to get your streams in the paper. Absolutely, that will, I think, happen because the audience will just appear. You know, you have a saying, build and they will come. I think that was God talking to Noah and said, build your ark and the animals will come. You know, build and they will come. And I think you get a bit of that. You know, but once we start, because the secret, it's not a secret, it's very public. The secret, the success of Scottie McClue, because you must look Willie's song and think, this old guy, what's the big attraction, for goodness sake? You know, but I think what the attraction always will be is human beings talking to each other and having a good bit of entertainment, information, and education. You know, it would be, you know, I would never be so snobby as to say that we do academic speech, but we do drop a bit in. Did you do Reddit? No, I didn't, J-Dog. Thank you for that. Yes, there's another one once we get going. Once I find out where the camera is, the camera refused to appear, and it laterally refused to appear in OBS. So I'm wondering if I need to just, set up yet another version and start again. Let me search it up. Absolutely, but I just couldn't get the camera. So there we are. And what was interesting, I went live with the multi-stream just for a very short time. I think you can see it on Facebook. And the numbers were appearing, but I wasn't appearing. So the numbers then thought, there's nothing on here, nothing happening. Okay, you can stream on Reddit. I've just found out. Fantastic. Scottie, do you mind losing the heat? Then cutting me off the wireless for being a numpty? Oh, several times, numpty heat. Several times you and I had a big fallout over dogma. You see, when you get things right, numpty heat, you get them very right. But, when you get them wrong... All these dafties on about, the big debate that we had about royalty at the weekend. And these people are terrible. They go, I get rid of them. And they're completely clueless, these people. Completely clueless, And then they start attacking you just because you have a different view. Very strange. And some of these people are the ones that are wanting independence. And that worries me. The camera needs to be added in. Did you plug it in directly into your laptop? Yes, I did, because it worked the other night, J-Dog, remember? But it worked. It didn't work on that. It worked on the YouTube stream the other night. Fantastic. So there we are. So we shall see what is what, I say. But yes, we need to actually add it in physically. It's a USB camera. It's just a little camera because apparently you can't get them for love nor money at the moment because everybody's streaming, that sort of idea. So there we are. So what I might do, J-Dog, is start from the beginning again. And for some reason, I couldn't get right down the bottom of my OBS platform to, use the plus signs for scenes and things like that. I couldn't get down there. And I tried to move the whole thing up. So I don't know what that is. I don't know what's happened there when it hides the bottom. I've seen it sometimes on my phone when I've been trying to post something. And if you put a little bit of text in, they put the post right down at the bottom and you can't post it. It just says you will lose everything if you leave. That kind of idea. The mobile version is much easier to work compared to the PC. Yes, I would think so. I might get it on the mobile, but then would it support things better or would it still die off? Welly Song says, I love the shows. They're so engaging. My mind wanders, but I get more done while the show's on. I tell all my close friends and family about it, but they're tough to crack. Absolutely, Welly Song, because it's a cult show. It's something that you get into, and there's so much variety. People say, no, just the same stuff, talking all the same stuff. No, never, ever, ever. I mean, obviously, we might repeat some of the handles and stuff like that, Dinky-Doo, and how are you, and Scottie McClue, and all that sort of stuff. But you get it, Welly Song, and the reason I know you get it is I saw you staying right to the end of a watch party. And I thought, that young lady is serious about talk radio, and that sort of idea. Because what we're getting at the moment as talk radio, yes, it's people talking, but there's a huge difference between people talking and talk radio. And if you have a talk radio channel and they're saying, coming up at 10 o'clock, we'll be interviewing the Prime Minister, that sort of idea, with me as the Secretary of State, that is a switch off for a lot of people. And the reason Scottie McClue was so successful and is so successful to this day is because we talk in a way that everybody can join in. Everybody can ask a question. Nobody's made to feel stupid or small. I know we used to cut off the numpty-heads, and Professor Numpty-Head is with us tonight. But, you know, you can get just a person coming out with genius, you know? And that's the whole thing, because everybody's got a tale to tell. And I've told you before, Welly Song, you are a very, very, very sharp cookie, a very smart lady. I remember you losing the heat with me in a Sunday morning show because I phoned up Pash. Yeah, I'm very annoyed with you. You'd been refreshing yourself all night. And I thought, wasting my time. It would probably support better if I put the link from my restream into it, and it works perfectly. So there we are. That's the mobile one. Yes, excellent stuff. The only other thing I would say, what difference does it make if we had loads and loads of people on? Does that slow anything down, or are all the people taking the hit for that in terms of energy? Yep, the mobile, says J-Dog, excellent. So there we go. It's wonderful. So, Welly Song, yes, it will be hard going. It's like when I put something up on social media and people go, oh, you're an idiot. I still have so much rubbish in my life. And you think, no, it's not rubbish, but you will never have heard it in your life. You see? Just because of the way some people are programmed. Why did the moth go to the doctor's appointment, says Ilias? Let me think, Ilias. Was it because the light was on? Sorry about that. I spoiled that a little bit, but yes. The moth went into the doctor's. The doctor said, I don't usually treat moths. He said, what brought you in? He said, the light was on. We love it. We love all that. Fantastic. So there we go. And thank you to everybody who has stayed with us. It's tremendous. It really is. No difference. Just put the restream chat on a separate screen. So you see all the chat and all the platforms at once. Now, that's where I'm needing to get going. That's where I'm needing to get going, J-Dog. Yes. Get the screen all split so I can sit and monitor the lot. Could you imagine a huge big monitor and a very, very fast PC? And all that. And I also I'm amazed that they don't, it's called different things, you see. My terminology is different, J-Dog. So I was looking up how to add captions. Now, a caption would be your name. And in television, you would have a caption generator, maybe a rundown of programs. That would be a caption. But now a caption seems to be what we would have called subtitles, you know? So captions seem to be a word for subtitles. We love you, Scottie, says iPerfect Dark. I thank you, iPerfect Dark. Appreciate it. So there we are. So I think that once I get the terminology as well, because I just wanted to put up, and you saw it generated, but it was all in the wrong case, and not the wrong case, but the wrong size of font and things. But I just wanted to say Scottie McClue, because remember, a lot of people, millions, have been used to listening to me, to hearing my voice on the radio. They haven't a clue what I look like. Although I must confess, we did a lot of television and a lot of newspaper work, and therefore people would have an idea. But in general, millions do not have a clue what Scottie McClue looks like. So when they see it pop up, they're going to say, who on earth's this old guy? Keeps appearing. You know, I've never seen him before. That sort of idea. And I think it would help to have a little caption that said, Scottie McClue, or Scottie McClue Dinky-Doo. Because we used to get inlays on television. It's called inlaying. And when you were directing a program, you'd say, now, with me today is Professor Numpty-Head from Edinburgh. Professor, thank you for joining us. Any bother? And they would they would inlay it on the television. It would say, Professor Numpty from the University of Life. You know, that sort of stuff. Yes, words change with time. Absolutely. So I'm putting in, how do you generate captions? People are saying, oh, you can add the subtitles to your... No, I don't want that. Have you ever started a tutorial, J-Dog? No, this is nothing like what I'm looking for. If you're on your webcam through ManyCam, captions are easy to create, says Gordon Robertson. Now, is this something else I've to add, Gordon? Very good of you, though. Appreciate it, I have to say. 7 months later, still here, Scottie. You never planned this. It's working. No, we didn't plan it. We did not plan it. We just popped up during lockdown so that not just you, but me, could alleviate any sort of isolation, alleviate it. And here we all are doing it. And it's going to get a lot bigger, Alistair, I can tell you, because I'm planning a phone-in. And I think that'll go huge, because we'll have all the chat. And you see, all that knowledge that I read up on, you need to have it with you. And a guy today, and he said to me, you're an idiot. So I wrote back to him, I said, 2 degrees, IQ of 164, 50,000 hours of live unscripted broadcasting, discussion, debate, over 50 years, research and leadership and economics, politics. And then I put you and a question mark. Remember, Scottie, you started streaming in February. That was before lockdown. You're right, J-Dog, yes. My goodness me, you've got some memory. That's fantastic. If you're using a PC, I can send you a link to a... Oh, we'll not say that, Gordon Robertson, to a nice little biscuit there. Fantastic. I'll just take that down. But thank you. Yes, absolutely. If you've dropped it. So there we are. So February. We started in February. Lockdown was March. I think it was the 20th of March. They sent us all away. Away you all go now. Away you go. It's dangerous. Don't hang about here. And that was it. And then this very, very strange time appeared. And of course, all that Brexit, I think a smart move. I know people go on about, it was democracy, but a lot of people were worked from the back by the Hooray Henrys to get that result. And remember, the newspapers took us out of Europe as well. And the newspapers are controlled by very wealthy people. And if you're away from Europe's prying eyes, then you can get up to all sorts of things, you see, if you get my drift. So there we are. Fantastic. Yes, we did, J-Dog. You're absolutely right. That was when we started. Now, I think it would be a nice gesture on my part to say thank you to every single one of you for your wonderful support, for your forbearance, for your candor. And I'm going to push it off, but I'll sing you the goodbye song. Are we ready? Goodbye, everybody, goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, and a cheerio. J-Dog asking, what is your IQ, Scottie? You seem a very intellectual man. 164, J-Dog, at the last count. Newspapers are finished. No one reads a paper now. We don't have time, Numpty. I know we're in lockdown, but there's so many other things to do. Say, don't sit and read the paper away and wash the kitchen floor. And for us to thank you for giving you of your time so often, Gordon Robertson, you're a very, very kind man. Bye, Scottie. Take care. And you, J-Dog. Top man, J-Dog, thank you very, very much for that. Haste you back. says the wonderful Alistair Campbell, and we shall indeed return in haste. You're so kind. Compliments to the host. Have a lovely week, everyone. Welly song, Dinky-Doo to you, and stay fabulous, everybody. We'll catch up soon. Hi, Scottie. This is perfect. Our family used to listen to you in the car. On our way back from the pub, we'd sit there and eat our fish and chips while listening to your entertaining fun in the Hazel family. The Hazels, we send Dinky-Doo to them. God bless everybody. Take care of your dear selves. And good night and Dinky-Doo. Ta-ra, lads.